You pull the zipper and don't think about it for a single second. Yet behind that simple little motion hides 20 years of failure and an invented a world once branded immoral. And that's only the beginning of this story. The year is 1851. Elias Howe, the very same man who patented the sewing machine, files a patent for something he calls an automatic, continuous clothing closure. It sounds promising. It really does. The trouble is, Howe never built a working prototype. The sewing machine was making him plenty of money, so why bother chasing yet another invention? His patent fell asleep for more than 40 years in a dusty desk drawer. The alarm finally rang in 1893 in Chicago. At the World's Fair, Whitcomb Judson unveiled a contraption he called the clasp locker, a tangled system of hooks and eyes you could fasten with a single tug, at least in theory. In practice, Judson's clasp was a disaster. The hooks popped open on their own, jammed at the worst possible moment, and were a nightmare to manufacture. He founded the Universal Fastener Company and spent a whole decade trying to fix his invention. Without success. And here our hero finally enters the story. Gideon Sundback, a Swedish-born electrical engineer who joined Judson's company in 1906. He was 26 years old, fresh out of school in Germany, with a head full of ideas. Sundback approached the problem in a completely different way. Instead of patching up the hooks, he designed something brand new. Tiny metal teeth set on 2 fabric tapes, joined by a sliding pull. He raised the number of elements from 4 to 10 per inch. The design was elegant and, above all, reliable. In 1913, he patented his creation under the name Hookless No. 2. At last there existed a zipper you could mass-produce. Success seemed to be within arm's reach, but that was exactly when everything fell apart. Sundback had a brilliant product, and nobody wanted it. The clothing industry eyed the zipper with pure suspicion. Sam Taylors dismissed it as a passing fad. Others worried that customers would never figure out how to work the thing. And still others, and this is the strangest part, saw something indecent in it. A garment you could peel off with one quick pull. That sounded suspicious, even immoral. In an age when unlacing a corset took a quarter of an hour, undressing in seconds was nothing short of scandalous. For years, the zipper ended up only where nobody looked for elegance, on tobacco pouches and money belts for sailors. Its first serious customer didn't appear until the First World War, when the American Army ordered zippers for flight suits and windbreakers for its pilots. And then, in 1923, the breakthrough came from an utterly unexpected direction. The B.F. Goodrich Company, a maker of rubber goods, decided to fit Sundback's fastener into a new model of rubber boots. And it was on those boots that the zipper earned its most famous name. The company president, Bertram Work, said we need a word that captures the sound. And then he added, let's call it the zipper. After the sound zip, that quick metallic whisper you know so well, the name stuck to the invention for good. Goodrich's boots became a smash hit. 500,000 pairs sold in the very first year. After 20 patient years of waiting, Sundback had finally earned his success. But the real revolution was still coming, and it would arrive from the world of haute couture. In the 1930s, the Italian designer Elsa Schiaparelli did something nobody had imagined. She began placing zippers on the outside of clothing. She didn't hide them, she showed them off like jewelry. Big, colourful plastic zippers down sleeves, across necklines, along the length of skirts. In 1937, French designers declared the zipper victorious over the button in the famous Battle of the Fly. The zipper officially entered the men's wardrobe, and it never left again. The Second World War settled the matter once and for all. Armies on both sides of the front needed fast fasteners for uniforms and gear. Millions of soldiers grew used to zippers. After the war, the zipper was everywhere, in clothes, in bags, in tents, in sleeping bags. Today, the biggest zipper maker on earth is the Japanese company, Y. Founded in 1934. It produces around 10 billion zippers a year. Check your own clothes. There's a very good chance one of those pulls carries 3 tiny letters, YKK. That single company controls 40% of the world market. And the zipper didn't stop at clothing. When Neil Armstrong took his first steps on the moon, his spacesuit was sealed with a special airtight zipper. The very same mechanism that started on rubber boots had reached outer space. So the next time you pulled a zipper on your jacket, pause for just a moment. That little metallic rasp is the echo of more than 100 years of trial and error, from Howe's forgotten patent, through Judson's disastrous clasps, to the patience of Sundback, who gave the world something the world didn't yet want. Subscribe so you don't miss the next story of an ordinary object. Because sometimes the best inventions have to wait until the world grows up enough to deserve them.